3. Whoa, mama. 5 poles. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm Tony and this is TC's Outdoors. And I know it has been a little while since we've talked, and I'm sorry for that. We are out here at the outdoor wood boiler. We're going to start this video out here anyway, and then we'll move in the garage for a little bit. Got something I want to show you. But first, I figured it's been a good month or two since I've given an update on how much wood I've burned. You can see back there, I put a pretty good dent in the wood shed. We'll measure that, but first I need to, I think, put some wood in it. So we're trying to run right now. The fire's 317 and the water is 174. I haven't been out here yet this morning. It's like 9:30, and it looks like it was a perfect burn. So all I have left is some coals and some ashes, so we can stir that up together, and then we'll throw some wood in there. So back in that corner where this poker is, that is the problem area. You got to make sure you get that good and stirred up and break all the creosote away, which is nearly impossible one-handed. But give it a good stir, and then get wafted in the face with some ash, because it gets packed down in there. And then if you don't take care of that corner in the springtime when I'm done burning. All right, so I don't know what you've seen so far, but I'm Tony and the GoPro keeps turning off. It's cold out here. It's like 16, the wind's blowing, and it's not real great out here. And I forgot how much fun the GoPros are in the cold. We talked about cleaning this out, or at least scraping out the corners in there. If you don't do it in the spring, it can be quite a pain in the butt. So we're gonna load this one-handed. I've been working through these totes of firewood when I'm home. These smaller chunks and stuff, it's harder for me to gauge what kind of length of burn I can get out of that. So I don't like doing that on the days that I have to work, because I don't want my wife or kids to have to come out here and mess with this if they don't need to. They're not real comfortable with it. My wife will come out and load it, but if it's out, it can be a bear to get going again. So I don't want her to have to deal with that while I'm at work. Okie dokie. So she's all loaded up. That is going to get me till, I don't know, probably 8, 9 o'clock tonight. Probably longer than that if I wanted it to. But that's about the time I come out. Because tomorrow I'll be back out at 4:30 in the morning before I go to work. So either way, we'll close the door and let the fan do its thing. While the boiler's coming up to temperature, take a second and I will measure how much firewood I've used. A couple guys have asked me, and I honestly don't really know. I just guess at it. I was thinking about 2 cords, but we'll know for sure here in a second. So we are right at 5 foot deep, and we'll call it 7 foot wide. We'll just measure the center of the stack and go with that number. And 6 foot tall. So let's do some quick math, and then we'll be right back. Okie dokie, 210 cubic feet I've used so far this year, plus 2 IBC totes that I've used. So I think, what's that, 210, that's 5 face cords, and the 2 loosely tossed IBC cages I would call another face cord, maybe a face cord and a half. So a little over 2 full cords so far this year. And I lit this in October, not exactly sure when, first or second week in October, and now it's January 13th today, something like that. So overall, not terribly bad with wood consumption, and this also heats our domestic hot water. Definitely should have enough wood for this year. I still have the other half, plus there's 2 rows back there, and over here I've got those 2 totes back there. And then worst case scenario, if we get into some kind of like super polar vortex, I've got this tote out here. I could move that in and give it some time to get the snow off of it, and we'll be good to go. So boiler's been going for a little bit now. Temperature's kind of just hanging there. When you just have a bed of coals like that and you throw all that wood in there, it takes a little bit for the temperatures to come up. 684 for the firebox and 176 for the water. We're gonna let that go. because I'm freezing, and we're gonna go in the garage and talk about what I got in the mail. All right, so we're back in the garage, and I would like to be showing you this new product on the bench, but it's covered in stuff, and it's right here in this box. But the garage is just a mess, as you can see. I've been at it with the fire starters. If you don't follow me on Facebook, I just posted not too long ago. In the process of building some inventory, there's another 250 there. I've made like 1,400 in the last 5-6 days, something like that. Today, we're gonna open this chainsaw up. So there's a couple reasons that you haven't seen any product reviews from me in a while. One is I haven't made any videos in a while, but two, I decided like 8 months ago I wasn't gonna do them anymore because they just don't get the views, and I don't need more stuff. If you look around my cluttered garage, I don't need more stuff. I have plenty of stuff that just sits around. I don't need more of it just sitting on a shelf. And the videos don't get great views, and they negatively impact my channel performance in the next couple of videos after that. It screws up the algorithm, and normally it's something that I just take to try to do a review on, nothing I could actually use. This, however, I will be able to use. It's a chainsaw, it's a gas chainsaw, it's 58 cc's like I said, and I can compare this directly to the Echo 590. This has a 20-inch bar on it. Once I get it out of the box and get it together, we'll all see that together. And today, I don't know that I'm going to get to run it too much. I'm going to do a couple of heat cycles on it. First off, we're going to get it out of the box, get it together, and we will see if it starts. And if it starts, we'll warm it up, cool it down, and then we'll see if it starts again. And then we'll go from there. Maybe I'll go do a few test cuts out there and something I got laying around. But either way, secondly, I believe I'm going to give this saw away. So I'm climbing up on 5K, which is great. Thank you. I appreciate all you guys' support. If you're not already subscribed and you plan on winning this, you're going to want to subscribe. But once I hit 5K, I'm going to box this thing back up and send it off to one of you guys. So like I said, this is from Vevor, 58 cc saw in the box. I did open the box earlier because I wanted to make sure that's what it was. It just showed up, no tracking, no shipping, no nothing. It just all of a sudden is on my doorstep after I said yes. I'm still waiting on the links to post in the description below. There should be a 5% discount, I think is what they said. So I got to pay attention to how it's boxed up so I can put it back in there. So here's the bar. Looks, you know, it's pretty. It's got a roller, it's greasable tip, and looks pretty nice. Comes with a little scabbard to put over that. I don't want to lose any of the packaging because I want to use it all. Got a little toolkit in here. I have no idea what this is. The chain, gonna need that. It's a pretty good little toolkit. I don't know that I'm gonna take anything out of there, to be honest with you. I'll just use my own tools to put it together so that I can keep all this in one spot. Comes with a little gas can, and I don't plan on using this. Fuel mixing bottle. I'm gonna run 40-to-1 in it. I'm gonna read the instructions. I'm sure it recommends 50, but I have 40-to-1 already mixed, so that's what I'm gonna use. And here is the saw. So also has a funnel in here. Won't be using that either. That'll be in brand new condition whenever you get this saw, if you're lucky enough to win this saw. Okay, so first impressions. It's light. I don't know the total weight on it. There's no fuel in it, obviously. But it's pretty simplistic. It's just got an on and off switch. Looks like a primer ball. Nope, that's just some kind of linkage. The choke, little choke lever there, and the air filter, I'm assuming, is underneath this cover. Just happen to have my scratch. So, there we go. Okay, so behind door number 1 is the air filter. Looks like a pretty nice little air filter. And like I said, honestly, for $100, if you're just gonna cut one tree a year, if this thing will restart when you need it to, because that's gonna be the real test, you know how that goes. Runs good today and won't run tomorrow kind of deal. But chain brake, everything looks legit. So I think the only thing now to do is put the bar on. So the chain cover is like everything, the brake and the whole works. So it's kind of interesting. Put the bar on right side up. Okay. All right, so the bar's on, chain's on the sprocket, and now I just have to hopefully line up. All right. The chain is tight, and the saw is assembled. Not much to that. And I'm going to take a quick break here and spare you watching me try to read the instructions. Okay, so I guess it's a good thing I read, because I assumed it was 50 to 1. Not that you're going to read that, but it is 40 to 1 is the recommended oil mixture. So that's pretty cool, because that's what I run anyways. Okay, bar oil. Okay, gas tank is full without spilling all over the back of the Ranger. Bonus. We are going to try to fire this thing up for the first time. Choke out, kill switch in the on position probably will help, and we'll see how it goes. It's got like a spring assist for the recoil, so that's kind of neat, I guess. 3. Whoa, mama. 5 poles. Okay. I'm gonna go set this outside. And let it run for a few minutes this way. All right. It's cold out. So the saw's been running for, I don't know, 5-6 minutes now, and we're gonna shut it off right now. Okay, it's off, and we're gonna go over to this pile of wood. We're gonna make a few cuts. I'm not gonna cut all day. I've got some stuff I've got to do, but we'll at least make some cuts, get this thing good and hot, and then I'm gonna turn it off, and we'll come back before we end the video, and I'll see if it restarts after it's been hot and then cold, and then yeah, so either way, let's make some cuts. Shut it off, and now I'm going to see if it restarts, hopefully. 1 pull, if we're lucky. That couldn't have been any easier. That's crazy. First cut. Dumped that log right on it, first day using it, pretty cool. that's like, I don't know, probably 6 inches, 7 inches, pretty good. Let's see if we can get maybe something bigger down without getting hurt. Okay, so the saw has been sitting outside in the cold on the ground right there for 2 hours, probably something along the lines of that. So I'm gonna give it a shot here. I'm not gonna choke it first pull anyway. I just kill switch is on, or in the run position. Okay, that's kind of what I thought was gonna happen. I'm gonna switch hands so I don't cut my leg off. Okay, we're gonna choke it. Okay, this thing is pulling over hard. So, 5 pulls again, or 6, I don't know. Definitely going to take some getting used to with that pull start situation that's going on here. All right, let's go back in the garage and we'll final thoughts here. All right, we're back in the garage, and here is the Vevor 58cc chainsaw in all its glory. I think first impressions, it's a solid $100, I would say, if you're only going to cut a couple times a year or something like that. Okay, so I went in, uploaded the videos, started editing, had to run out, my son's bowling match, just got home from that, and the garage reeks like gas when I walked out here. So came over to the saw, take a look real fast, and right around the gas cap, you can see right on the top there, but you see my finger's wet. There is gas weeping out around that, the gas cap, and then the O-ring seal around it, so not the best seal. I don't think that's a huge deal breaker for me. If I was going to spend $100 on a chainsaw, I would kind of expect something like that. But I just wanted to let you guys know that I did see this. This was something, trouble I ran into, and just trying to keep you guys informed. So either way, back to your regularly scheduled program. I don't know that this would be my primary chainsaw, but a couple things I don't love. The way that you tension the chain on the front here is this screw. Instead of being on the side of the chain case or chain guard like we are all used to, it's on the front here, it's tucked away, it's kind of hard to get at to get the chain tight. But I think, like I said, a couple times a year you could probably just get used to that, not a big deal. The way it starts is weird for me. That whole spring assist, you could see me looking kind of goofy because I'm ripping on it, but I just discovered that if you just pull up and then when it gets tight, then you pull, then you're okay. If you don't take up that slack in the spring, it kind of kicks back out of your hand. So you don't know until you know. I've never had anything like this with the spring assist built into it, so not a big fan of that either. But for what it is, you can't complain. $100. Either way, if you're interested in a $100 58cc chainsaw, I will throw a link to this one in the description, and there should be a 5% discount, I hope. They sent me an email saying there would be. I don't have a link for that yet or a code, but I'll have all of that stuff listed in the bottom before I post this video. And if you're interested in winning this saw, subscribe and hit the bell notification, and then you'll know when I hit 5K, this thing's going down the road. It's going to get back up, and that's going to do it. So Either way, come back next video. We're gonna get some cutting done. This weekend it's supposed to be a little better weather, and I have more time this weekend, and I'll get the tractor out and we'll do some real cutting, see if we can get a couple of tanks of gas through this thing and get a real feel for it. But like I said, first impressions, I don't think you could go wrong for the $100, but time will tell. It did start right back up after sitting, and then it started repeatedly. I've had it on and off 4 or 5 times, turn it off, start it right back up. So that's great, because you know, sometimes they flood out or whatever. But either way, thanks for hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I don't know, hope you have a good rest of your day. I hope to see you in the next one, and take care. We'll see you. This pull cord being like spring assist or whatever, you see me pulling on it and I kind of look like a goofball, but I figured out if you take the slack out, oh yeah, see, take the slack out like that, and then you still can't do it. So what I figured out is if you take the slack out